What's up YouTube, Day Heavens of Wargames, bringing you UA Goukis. So, those of you that requested this was an idea that Joe kind of came up with, because both Goukis and UAs are warrior earth types. So they can kind of abuse the abilities of stuff like transmodify. They actually get a really strong plus from like the Brilliant Fusion engine as well. As we go through this deck profile, I will show you that there are a couple of alternatives that you can change for the engine, depending on what type of engine you want to push or what type of engine you want to focus on. Without further ado, let's get started. So, we play triple UA midfielder, probably the main kind of UA monster you need to get everything started and going. He's the only normal summon UA monster. It's a real shame we never got more UA support, maybe like a level 3 or something like that, but you must play midfielder at 3, he's that important. The rest of the UAs I play double Mighty Slugger. This is like the Armades of the deck, and the field spell kind of boosts him up 500 every time a UA is special summoned. But it doesn't just boost up UA monsters, this is what you got to remember. The field spell boosts up every monster 500 attack, which is insanely good. And then basically if it attacks your opponent, cannot activate cards or effects to the end of the damage set, which is really important. Next up we play double UA Rival Rebounder. You special summon this card from now like the exact same as the rest of all the UAs by bouncing a UA monster from your hand, except themselves. But then also with this one, once per turn, if this card is special summoned during your opponent's turn or normal summoned, you can special summon one UA monster from your hand or graveyard. So he kind of helps recycle your graveyard monsters. Then we play the one UA Dreadnought Dunker. You can bump this up to 2. I'm just trying to mix the ratio so we've got enough UAs to enough Goukis. But this card basically once per turn, if this card attacks defense position monster, it inflicts piercing battle damage to your opponent. And when this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can target one card on the field and destroy it. So he's very, very cool because the field spell can kind of boost him up to 3k plus, and then he's doing piercing damage, so there's not really any time safe for your opponent there. We play the one UA Perfect Age. Now you can bump this up to 2 because as a first turn defensive play, I've taken out Goalkeeper, which he was good because he could kind of sit there, protect himself so that he couldn't be destroyed by battle card effect and constantly keep just holding off the board. So between UA Perfect Ace and UA Blockbacker, you can probably take out Blockbacker for Goalkeeper, purely because Blockbacker kind of only stops, you kind of change battle position, so when a monster is special summoned, you change their battle positions and negate their effects. So he's not that, he's still important, but he's not as, because obviously with links you can't shift them in, you can't change their battle positions, and you have to change the battle positions to negate their effects. So Goalkeeper might be the better choice between that, but it's really down to which ones you want to choose. Perfect Ace, you basically pitch a card from your hand during your opponent's turn when a card or effect is activated, and you discard one card and negate the activation if you do destroy it. So it helps get your UAs in grave if you want to recycle them. Also can help you get your Goukis in grave if you have Gouki rematch. Now onto the Goukis, we play triple Super X. This is your level 4. When he's normal summoned, you special summon one Gouki monster from your hand, and then when it's sent, exact same as the rest of all the Goukis, you get to add a Gouki card. Triple Gouki Twist Cobra. Again, it's a quick effect, you tribute this and then target a Gouki monster and boost his attack up, but he's mainly there for the rank 3 plays and the search effect. And the double Gouki Scorpio. So Scorpio, again, if you control no monsters, or all monsters you control are Goukis, you get to normal summon this guy, so he's a 2300 beta just from a normal summon, and when he's sent again you get to search out a Gouki card. Now this is where it can kind of change up a little bit, depending on what type of engine you want to play, so this is a make a massive note here. The most effective that I've found is the Brilliant Fusion engine. Drem Knight, Trick Clown. Now, obviously, you do want to kind of bump it up, maybe get another Garnet in there and another Light Monster in there, just in case you do draw one or mill one or whatever, you have the ability to go again. Your other option that I've got is the Marauding Captain engine. This helps basically push your rank 3 plays. The only reason I haven't mained Marauding Captain is because you need to open up him and a Gouki Twist Cobra to get into your MX Saber Invoker. So it's a little bit more specific than the Terratop engine was, but it is an option for you to try, especially if you've got like Rhoda as well. Rhoda can help search you out the other piece that you need. Obviously you can chuck in a Glow Up Bulb as well, because they're all Earths. With the Gouki Super X and the midfielder, it does unlock your Nat Beast play, which is very, very important. Your other engine that you can try out is the Transmodify engine. Now the Transmodify engine, because all of these are different leveled Earths, it's never really dead, because you can always bump up one of these to the next level, whether you're bumping up the Gouki and then searching off the Gouki, or whether you're bumping up the midfielder to maybe get into a Gouki, or you can jump between the two archetypes, the Goukis and the UAs with this card, so it's entirely up to you if you want to play that or not. So there are a couple of options if you want to test them out and try them out, but boosting up the deck to a 41 card deck with the Brilliant Fusion Engine is probably the most successful, purely because Seraphonite is an Earth, so she can help get you into your Missy's Radiant, and then giving you the additional normal summon can kind of help you not only unlock 2 extra deck spaces with Missy's Radiant, but also push the deck to kind of unlock some more of your UAs if you need to. So if you open up with a Brick Hand, you open up with Brilliant Fusion, but loads of level 5s and 6s of your UAs, you can activate the Brilliant Fusion Engine, tribute off the Seraphonite, and go into your next UA monster if you want, but that's entirely up to you. Now onto the spells. Triple UA Stadium now. We play triple of this guy because it is so important. Not only does it search you, if a UA monster is normal summoned to your side of the field, you get to search out another UA monster from your deck. But if a UA monster is special summoned to the side of the field, all monsters you currently control gain 500 attack, and this stacks. So the field spell is very, very important. I do play 2 Terraforming because I've had to cut down some cards in the deck to kind of make it a reasonable level. You can bump this up to 3 because Stadium is that important. Triple UA Power Jersey. This is your FTK, OTK, whatever you want to do with UA monsters. It gives your UA monsters an extra 1,000 attack. Also, it battles an opponent's monster. Any battle damages it inflicts to your opponent is doubled. If the equipped monster destroys a monster by an attack, it can make a second attack during the battle phase. So if your opponent's only got 1 monster on board, you go attack, clear it off, and then you get to attack again, doing double battle damage. So whatever monster you put on board, it's doing anywhere from 24 to 5k. Triple Gouki Rematch, because like I said, there's ways of getting your Goukis into graveyard, so rematch is still very, very important because it brings you 2 Goukis back, and that goes you straight into your Missy's Radiant, and kind of helps extend your plays. Double UA Signing Deal. This special summons a UA monster from your deck, but its effects are negated, which is kind of okay because you can just bounce them straight back out. And kind of recycle them if you wish. You do lose life points, so the ideal one you want to go to is midfielder if you've got the hand. If you haven't got the hand, go into whatever one you really want, ideally the lowest levels you can possibly find, bounce them out and then bounce them back in to get their effects. 1 Rhoda because they're all warriors and you want to be searching your level 4s or lowers, and 1 Reasoning because you're playing everything from a level 3 all the way up to a level 8, I believe it is. So you have so many targets for Reasoning, it's crazy, and that special summon can help extend your boards. Okay, now onto traps. We play, finishing off the spells, you do play the Triple Brilliant Fusion Engine. Like I said, this is probably the most effective kind of one, and then they're never really dead because if they're in the hand, you can pitch them with UA Perfect Ace. If you play like siding your Twin Twisters or whatever, again, you've got more back row hate. Now onto the traps. Triple UA Penalty Box, I think this is incredibly strong. So you banish it and then you get to search a UA spell card from your deck. But the main thing is at the start of the damage step, if a UA monster battles an opponent's monster, you banish that opponent's monster until your opponent's second end phase. So it stops them for 2 turns. If they've got like a big beater, you just go, you attack with like midfielder and banish their big beater, and it doesn't target or anything. So it's really, really cool. And the 1 Solemn Warning because it's the out to everything. Now onto the extra deck. Play double Gouki the Great Ogre. It's a little bit harder to get your 3 Goukis on board. Me and Joe was having this discussion. It would have been better if it actually said at least 2 Gouki monsters and allowed you to finish up the 3rd link with like any type of maybe an Earth monster, or like maybe it just says 3 Earth monsters including 2 Goukis. Something like that might have made him a little bit more viable. But it may also seem that we might be getting a link 2 Gouki in the future. Next up, double Missy's Radiant. You're all Earth monsters. There's no reason not to play this. It boosts all your Earth monsters up, which is awesome. And then you get to target an Earth monster in your graveyard and add it to hand. So it kind of has so much usage in this deck. It's crazy. And then it gives you an extra 2 spaces. So ideally, if you can get 2 Earth monsters onto the board, make Missy's Radiant, then activate your Seraphonite. You've got Seraphonite in one of the link markers. Get your extra normal summon there, and then you can either link up those 2, or you can like XYZ synchro, whatever. So it's kind of dependent on how you want to play. Next up, we play XYZ Engine. So our level 5s we play is Wind Up Arsenal, Zenmaier, and Artifact Durandal. You can take out Arsenal, Wind Up Zenmaier to number 24, I believe, is Draculus, which is the level 6. I think it's really, really cool. But we don't play that many level 6s. So it's really dependent on... we play 2 level 6s, but we play 5 level 5s. So it's really dependent on how you want the play to go, but that is another option for yourselves there. We played the rank 4 engines, so a Tornado Dragon, a Blade Armor Ninja because they're all warriors, a Castel the Sky Blaster, a Gusto Emerald for recycling abilities, and then the Utopia package. Now with the Utopia package, obviously this can be a Dryland and Broadboard if you want to be more disruptive during your opponent's turn. You can also take one of these out for a Abyss Dweller as well, it's entirely up to you. And then our rank 3 engine, we've got the one Phantom Knight Breaksword and the MX Saber Invoker. You're 9 times out of 10, if you have the rank 3 play on board, you're going into Invoker. That is where Marauding Captain comes in more prominent. So you could, if you don't want to play the rank 3 engine, you take these out and put more rank 4s or whatever in. And then finally, it's the Gem Knight Strathonite. As a quick little mention, like I said, if you put Glow Up Bulb in, you can also play Nat Beast, and Nat Beast can still be incredibly disruptive during the meta today. So that is it for the deck profile. The Gouki U.A.s. I loved U.A.s. I thought they were a really, really underrated, fun art type to play. It was a huge shame that they never really got like the support that would have made them not meta, but just made them a bit more consistent. But anyway, that's the profile. Thanks for watching. Give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share for more videos like this. And until next time, guys, as always, happy dueling. If you like that video, why not check out our other videos available? We've got more deck profiles, pack openings, and of course duels. And don't forget to click on the most important button of all, that subscribe button, right in the bottom left hand corner.